I still hear that gunshot when I close my eyes. 1 second. My daughter's husband Jason was stepping out of his truck in front of our house. The next, Karen from the HOA had her little pearl-handled pistol raised, screaming something about violating community rules. And bang! My heart stopped. People think these suburban HOA feuds are just lawn paint colors and mailbox heights until someone like Karen takes it way too far. I ran out barefoot, adrenaline burning through me, screaming his name. Jason. Jesus Christ. Jason. My daughter, Emily, came running too, her face pale like chalk. Jason was lying there on the grass, clutching his shoulder, blood seeping fast. And Karen, she stood there shaking, muttering about how he was a trespasser and she was just defending property values. Property values. Can you believe that? Here's the thing, nobody in that neighborhood knew I wasn't just some quiet mom who bakes pies and waves hello at block parties. I'm an FBI agent. I've seen fraud. I've put away murderers. I've handled every nightmare you can think of. But watching that woman shoot my son-in-law in broad daylight, that hit different. Karen thought she had it all planned out. She'd been threatening Jason for months, harassing him over some nonsense about illegal driveway parking and unapproved construction. The truth. She was running a forged signature scam within the HO, approving her friends' remodels while denying anyone else. Jason had caught on and was gathering proof for a lawsuit. She knew he was about to blow the lid off her fraud, so instead of facing the fallout, she grabbed a gun. Call 911. I yelled at Emily, pressing my hands on Jason's wound. Sirens wailed in the distance as neighbors peeked through curtains but didn't dare come out. Karen stood there frozen until the cops pulled up, still convinced she'd done the right thing. I stepped back, shaking, hands covered in Jason's blood, and said, very calmly, Karen, you just made the worst mistake of your life. The officers started questioning her, and she immediately tried to twist it. He lunged at me. She lied, voice shrill. But there were doorbell cams. Multiple angles. Not one of them showed Jason doing a damn thing aggressive. I locked eyes with the lead officer and whispered something only he heard. I'm FBI. Let me handle this. God. Karen's face when she realized who I was. Priceless. I pulled out my credentials, and the shift was instant. I ordered the cops to secure the gun, bag evidence, and detain her not just for assault, but on suspicion of HOA fraud. While she was trying to babble excuses, I already had her tied to multiple counts of embezzlement, racketeering, and forgery from a prior investigation I'd been quietly running. She went from smug queen of the cul-de-sac to handcuffed and shoved into the back of a cruiser in under an hour. The neighbors finally stepped out then, whispering, some even cheering softly. One guy clapped me on the shoulder and muttered, about damn time. Jason got rushed into surgery. I stayed by Emily's side all night, trembling with rage and relief every time a doctor updated us. Thank God. He pulled through. When he opened his eyes the next morning, pale but alive, Emily broke down sobbing in his arms. I just stood there, shaking my head, thinking, karma's real, Karen. But the story didn't end there. Karen thought she'd lawyer up and wiggle out like she always did with HOA disputes. What she didn't know. We had everything forged: permits, bank transfers, emails to co-conspirators. I walked into her arraignment, suit on, hair back, and when she saw me sitting at the prosecution table, her jaw actually dropped. The indictment came down that day: attempted murder, fraud, forgery, HOA racketeering. The judge denied her bail. She screamed in court, blaming me, blaming Jason, blaming the whole damn neighborhood. Nobody listened. Even her own attorney looked like he wanted to quit. Months later, during sentencing, the judge called her crimes the most brazen abuse of HOA power I've ever seen. She got 25 years. 25. And when they let her out, shackles clinking. I swear I saw the first flicker of fear in her eyes, like she finally understood what she'd done. Now, the HOA's under new management. Jason's fully recovered, though he still flinches at loud pops. Emily and I planted new grass where the blood had stained the lawn. Sometimes neighbors stop by, bringing pies or just thanking us for standing up to Karen. And every now and then, when someone complains about minor HOA nonsense, I just laugh and say, "Trust me, I've seen worse." But late at night, when the cicadas buzz and the air feels heavy, I still hear that gunshot. I still remember the look on Karen's face. That split second before everything fell apart for her. She thought she was untouchable. She thought she could shoot her way out of a lawsuit. Instead, she handed me every reason I needed to take her down. And God help me, I didn't miss.